We thought we would talk to you guys about planning a wedding.
A wedding planning? Yeah.
Specifically as like queer couple.
Specifically our wedding. It was just such a complicated season. I want you to have some grace on yourself.
This is where the rubber meets the road. Who's going to show up, who's going to not.
Sherelle proposed to me. I said yes. I proposed to her.
I said,
she said, meh.
You could plan your wedding for 2 pennies and a block of cheese. Welcome back to another episode of At Our Place with Megan and Sherelle. I'm Sherelle.
And I'm Megan.
Woo, we're back in our place, babe.
I know. Last time we tried doing it in our van and it was cool, but I'm glad to be back home.
Yeah, me too. I like the peace of being home. It was fun to be in the van, and I like that we can go anywhere, but I really like our just peaceful little place.
Yeah, I got really excited about it for a second, but now I'm like, oh, what a cute little plants and your plants have been thriving.
Thank you. It's doing all right. I want to know where I can get more house plants.
Well, you have a ton of plants outside too.
I know, but those are outside plants. I want house plants.
Oh, well,
like I want inside to kind of feel like a peaceful little oasis, just like our yard.
Mm-hmm. If you guys know any good house plants, let us know.
Let me know, because I don't have a green thumb, but I really, really like plants. Mm-hmm. So let me know what's like easy to take care of that can thrive in California weather.
Maybe succulents.
I thought they're so boring sometimes.
No, I know. Succulents are super kind of boring. But really cute. And I don't have a green thumb at all, so I'm not going to get any more plants, but I'm glad that you like to take care of them.
You get cactuses.
Anyway, if you're new here, we are Megan and Sherelle. We are married and we have a dog. We live in the Central Coast and we also make some music together. Mm-hmm. A bunch of videos and podcasts. So, well, not a bunch of podcasts.
So many podcasts.
Just this podcast.
Soon to be a blog, you guys. How would you feel about that?
Ooh.
Yeah? You guys want a little blog, kick it old school? Do you Gen Zers even know what a blog is?
Yeah, it's like a vlog, but
better.
Blog. No, but yeah, we'll try to do that sometime soon. We'll see. How are you doing, baby?
I'm good. I have been concussed for like a week. So these bright lights are not my favorite, but I'm doing all right. It's been, 6 days?
Yeah. So. Sherelle got a concussion.
Yeah, it was no big deal. It was literally like playing with Alico, our pup, and he rammed his big head as hard as he could, like into my whole face, and his teeth caught the bridge of my nose too. So it's like all like swollen.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I should have taken you to urgent care or something.
I didn't want to go. They would just say, make sure you watch her for the next 24 hours and make sure she doesn't sleep.
That's true. Well, last time you got a concussion, it was in the same spot, and we went to the ER, and they were just like, boop, 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 put a little tape, like a pole thing fell on your face. They put some glue on it, and then they were like, okay, now that'll be $2,000.
Yeah, literally a metal rod fell on my face, cracked my head. They just like glued it up again and said, okay, here's the bill.
Yeah, and you got a work note, I think. But anyway, so how are you feeling today?
I'm good. I've been taking it easy, and we have some friends in town, so it's been really fun. Mm-hmm. We've got a lot of stuff to catch you guys up on. Yeah. I will say, if I stutter or am trying to like figure out my words, it's because I'm concussed.
Yeah, you've mixed up a few words this week, I think.
Mixed up?
Well, yeah, because you were like, oh, we got to go get the car part at Autos. Or no, you said we have to get the car part at Rite Aid. We have to go to Rite Aid. And then it was like, no, don't you mean AutoZone? And you were like, yes. You were so bent on it.
Whatever. Some of my words are a little...
It's been a tough week for you.
It has not been. It's been a great week. I've just had a headache. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I feel like I had a lot of energy at the start of the day, and now we're like a little bit farther into the day, and I thought I would magically have a bunch of energy when we started talking, but now I realize
You're tired.
Well, I'm not tired. I'm kind of just like mellow, if that makes sense.
We gotta get you like.
But I want to get pumped
We gotta
because
get you like
I'm
latte or something.
oh. A latte. She's speaking my language.
A little espresso, double shot.
A little espresso. What's that song?
I don't know.
Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. You've
Is
heard
it
that?
a country
You've heard
song?
It. Oh, no. It's Sabrina Carpenter. I'm totally Gen Z.
I don't know who that is, but
It's a pop.
good for her.
She's a pop star.
Sounds like it. Sabrina Carpenter sounds like either a tennis player.
Wait,
or
what just happened?
Sabrina Carpenter sounds like an athlete or a pop singer.
Okay, well, it's the latter.
Okay.
She's the latter. I keep saying
I'm saying it's a great athlete's name.
I guess so. But I actually really like that song. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, you're speaking my love language because you were like, she needs a latte.
Yeah, but we have some friends in town. We've done a few gigs since we saw you guys last.
Yeah, I'm actually really proud of myself because last night when we were hanging out with our friends, I think I'm normally a little bit more on the introverted side.
A lot more on the
just
introverted side. You are a lot more introverted on the
I think I'm just shy and a little bit socially awkward. So I normally kind of, you're shaking your head no.
You're not awkward.
Okay, well, I feel awkward on the inside.
That's different.
I'm constantly trying to make the conversation flow and stuff like that. But I'm proud of myself because last night when we were hanging out with our friends, I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to try to do any sort of performing. And it's not like a bad thing. It's more like I would just kind of smile more or laugh more. And I don't know, just be overly, I don't know if that makes sense. Put more energy into things.
Yeah. You put the performance on.
Yeah, but last night I was like, I'm just going to show up as myself. I'm going to not force anything and just hang out and no pressure. And I had a really nice time last night. I went to bed when I wanted to go to bed and that's what mattered to me. So if you're my friend, that's my golden rule, go to bed when I want to go to bed.
She loves her sleep as much as she loves me, so.
Yep. Yeah, so that was really nice. But yeah, the past couple weeks have been so crazy. We did a performance at our friend's retreat in Big Sur.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Wow.
That was wild. That was our first time. Was that your first time in Big Sur?
Yeah, I've never been there.
That was my first time too.
The retreat center was a little bit of a hike from the bottom, and it was way more beautiful than I imagined. The trees and the little creeks.
Stunning. There were bathtubs and twinkly lights all along the hike on the way up.
It was so beautiful. And it was interesting because it was called, it was at Wild Big Sur, Wild with an E at the end. And it was a freedom fest. So it was a lot of women just hanging out. And
there were men too there.
Yeah.
And non-binary people.
Well, I was saying women because the performers were mainly women identifying people, but even then there were some cool guys and I don't know, it was just really good vibes. Yeah. And then we stayed at our friend's her ex-husband's place on the top of a mountain, and it was a dream. It was a dream. So we vlogged about it, so you guys will see that eventually, but it was I was just sitting there looking at literally the whole ocean, sunset next to you and our dog. And I was just how lucky are we?
It was stunning. I always thought, because I had a friend who passed, Suzanne, but Big Sur was one of her favorite places to go. She would always take her motorcycle up there. And she would always tell me, she was my roommate, and she'd always say, oh my God, Sherelle, Big Sur is amazing. It's so amazing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whatever. It can't be that good.
It can't be that big.
Whatever. I've been all over the world, okay, Suzanne. Then we went there, and I was like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's stunning. There's California redwood trees, which if you guys are not from here or haven't seen them, they're second tallest tree in the world.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Yeah.
At least in America. Mm-hmm. And they're they're huge and they're stunning, and it's got this red bark to it. So it's this whole forest on like these giant hills overlooking the ocean. It's a very weird juxtaposition of like you're in the forest, but you're also on the beach.
And I love the forest. It was just like
it's like my two loves combined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we had a wonderful time. Met some really cool people and just really good vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was really fun and really hot, but it was really fun.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get into our...
We had our anniversary.
Our 3rd year wedding anniversary.
Yeah. We told you guys that we eloped. So we celebrated last month our like elope anniversary, which is our technical real anniversary of dating and marriage. But this month we celebrated our wedding anniversary.
Yeah, July 17th. Oh, what a beautiful day. Oh, what a beautiful morning.
So we thought we would talk to you guys about planning a wedding.
A wedding planning. Yeah.
Specifically as like queer couple.
Specifically our wedding planning.
Specifically if you wanted to plan our wedding.
3 years ago. Yes. So imagine 3 years ago, me and Sherelle planning our wedding. This is a really bad setup.
You're bad at intro.
This is a really bad setup.
So we had my maid of honor.
Let's go into why. Why did we want to talk about this?
Because it was our anniversary.
There we go.
And I wanted to talk about it earlier this year. And she's like, let's wait till our anniversary.
Oh, so that's true.
Now we've waited.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to go into like all of the details, I guess, of how it was for us. Because some of you guys might be, I don't know, wedding planning. That's a lot of pressure.
Soon to be.
Or you're just like curious.
Or you don't care at all. You're just nosy.
Want to be nosy.
That's fine. Here you go.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, wedding planning is like a once in a lifetime thing that happens.
Possibly.
Because a wedding normally, for us, a wedding hopefully is a one time.
This is it. This is what you get for the rest of your life. Enjoy.
This is what you get.
You chose well. You chose well.
I did. And you did too.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
So, funny enough, my maid of honor is actually visiting us with her husband right now. So her and her husband were in my bridal party. And then your sister was your maid of honor.
Mm-hmm. Rachel.
Yep. So yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So,
first things
first. We're not going to tell you how much it cost because price is kind of irrelevant.
I
it
think
costs a lot of money, but not as much as you would think.
Leave it up to your imagination, I guess.
Well, I don't want to outdate this podcast episode by giving you figures now.
Wait, like people in 30 years will be like, what weddings are so
Inflation's
cheap.
insane. It'll be 6 months or a year from now. People will try to listen to it and be like, oh my gosh, I wish I could have done my wedding for that cost. So I don't want to give you guys a price tag on it.
I'm not really understanding the ramifications, but
I want this to age well, is what I'm saying.
An evergreen episode.
Yes, I want it to age well. Because when we were planning our wedding, was searching for queer podcasts talking about wedding planning.
Okay, so
and I was like, wow, gee, I'm so glad you could plan your wedding for 2 pennies and a block of cheese.
Oh, boy.
But here in the real world.
Yeah, the rent costs $100. What? Okay, what's the start of the story?
Okay, well, we got engaged.
Sherelle proposed to me. I said yes. I proposed to her.
I said,
she said meh. Yes. And then we were like, okay, here we go planning. We're going to need 1 year pretty much.
Well, we gave ourselves a year because, okay, so in my family, the women in the family.
In your side of the family?
On my side of the family, the women in the family had their weddings paid for because it was like a gift by my parents. Because we were queer, we didn't get that. So we knew.
Wait, what?
What?
No, just I mean,
And her parents were like, we don't do that anyway.
yeah,
You're the first one married.
my parents were very frugal. The reason I was like, what, is because I don't think you even said like why, because
Because we're queer.
basically, well, no, because both of our parents are pretty like a bit conservative type of thing.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what do you mean? What's confusing about this? They didn't do it.
It's because queer people just don't get things.
This is why we don't get nice things.
That's why we get nice
You're
things.
homophobic.
Yeah. So there's the connecting dot. But my parents are pretty frugal, so they were like, well, we just got married in a church and we spent a couple $1,000s, and my mom
You should be able to do it too.
my mom made her wedding dress from scratch.
Why didn't you do that?
And which is amazing, and they had a pizza reception and it was adorable.
I would have loved that.
Which we could have definitely done also for like $2,000.
Except for you can't sew, so you couldn't have made your own wedding dress.
I could have bought like a dress from Target maybe.
I'm glad you didn't. I liked that you were.
I loved my dress.
Just think about how if you bought a dress from Target, no shit on anyone who did this, but how many other people are just walking around with your wedding dress on as their normal summer dress?
I guess. I don't know. It could be like a the Vow situation where they got these little outfits and they ran to an art museum and
Nothing will be as cute as the Vow ever. So.
nothing ever. So we were just trying to live up to that.
Okay, so we basically knew that our parents weren't going to / couldn't help with the wedding.
Yeah.
For their various reasons. And we knew that we wanted to have a wedding the way that we dreamed of it. So people were saying, well, just go to the courthouse. Also because it was like 2021, which I don't know if y'all remember, but like the world shut down in 2020.
Yeah, that was a crazy dream that we all just had and then woke up 2 years later.
So we got engaged July of 2020. And we decided to give ourselves a year, one, to see what COVID would do. Like if the world would open back up. And two, to give us enough time to save the money to have our dream wedding.
Yeah. Yep.
So Megan like buckled down, did freelance projects. We did gigs.
We worked so hard.
I don't think we did any gigs because the world was shut down. But you did freelance projects. I worked 6 days a week.
Yeah. And I think there was even a period in there that we were like on and off again, unemployed, like for very different reasons.
Because of COVID.
Yeah. And so it was just like, it was very strange time and we worked really hard. You worked a bunch of overtime. We saved a bunch of money and then we spent it all.
But we didn't spend it all. Most of it.
Most of it. So dirty details, wedding planning. What comes next? We've got outfits. We've got the venues. We've got
bridesmaids, maid of honors.
Yeah.
So you had a giant party on your side.
Yeah. I had like all of my college roommates, both of my siblings, and then a couple other friends. Wait, that was actually really big. I think we each had like 8 or 9 people.
No, baby.
Supporting
I had like
us.
4 people.
It was somewhat even. No,
it wasn't. You had like this long, you had like twice as many as I did. And it's fine because I have really close friends. But I had like 4 or 5 people.
Here's something that I freaking love that we did for our wedding. I feel like we're such like gals talking about this. Maybe it's just me. So we were like, we didn't care about the genders of our bridal parties. A lot of people do this nowadays.
That a thing? People care about the gender?
Well, normally it's like the girl has the girls and the guy has the guys.
I know that based off of pictures and like my siblings have gotten married, but it just hit me how fucking weird that is.
But well, nowadays even our friends that that have come to visit, they have a girl and a guy, and they've even had like mixed genders on their sides. So I feel like it's more socially acceptable in a sense, but for us it was good
because it's like, why would you separate somebody based off their gender?
Well, right, it's more of like, I don't know, it's such a what's the word? Patriarchal?
I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
It probably comes from like kings and queens. Like these are her ladies. These are his,
the ladies.
whatever they're called.
Gentlemen. The gents. So yeah, we had just whoever we wanted. But what I really liked that we did is we made a color scheme in Pinterest. And we were like, okay, it kind of sucks when, I mean, it doesn't always suck. But sometimes it can suck if people say, oh, we all need to wear this exact dress from this exact bridal place. I've been in that
situation so many times.
Yeah, and you had to wear a dress that you
I was told by one of my dear sisters that I had to grow out my hair if I wanted to, and wear a dress if I wanted to be in her wedding. So
you were like, woo.
I literally had to femme myself up in order to be in my own sister's wedding.
Man.
And then I had to wear salmon, which hits different on my skin tone.
Let's just say it's not in your color scheme.
It's not in my color scheme, but it really worked on my sister, who's also black. You know, it was just like this one color and this one dress. We were all wearing the same one, but it looked completely different on us.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of like, here's the color scheme. Everybody pick out whatever dress, whatever tux you want, and text us like pictures before, or like have it easily returnable in case it's like, whoa, not in the color scheme.
No.
I don't know what you were thinking. No. I never had to do that, but
I don't think we did. I think we said, we don't care what you wear, just make it match this.
Oh,
and then we did tell people, can you get that, but like in a different color,
because there's too many people with this shade of that color. It was kind of fun. Like everybody had something slightly different, and also we really wanted to be budget conscious of people, and so if they wanted to literally go to Ross and find like an on sale satin dress, they could have done that.
Or find something at a thrift store, which some of our friends did, or you know, I mean, some of our friends were really somewhat expensive things.
Yeah, you could go all out if you wanted to for our wedding.
Which one of my friends did. I helped him get a tux.
Oh, it looked so good.
We went like tux shopping one weekend, and it was so fun just to go. I think we did cigars or something, but we just like
cigars.
We just had a time of it. You know, it's just like
in the
bro time
in the warehouse.
No, but that weekend. No, that weekend.
Oh, okay.
So
got it.
It was fun. We just went, and he looked very dapper.
Aww.
So I think first things first is you largely planned that, like, you were not a bridezilla, but I think your sister was a bridezilla.
What do you mean?
It wasn't even her wedding, but she was put in charge of so many things because maid of honor. And you guys had, it's like I blinked and there were like spreadsheets upon spreadsheets upon spreadsheets and meetings, so many Zoom meetings, and here's the budget and all this stuff. And I remember at one point I was like, let's just elope. I don't want to do this. Let's just elope. I can't.
Oh yeah, you definitely wanted to elope because you were so stressed.
Because it was a lot.
But yeah, we had to make a spreadsheet for the budget of everything. But
look at this. I pulled it up. I found the spreadsheet, babe.
Let's see the spreadsheet.
First of all, look how many pages of this.
Oh my gosh.
Here's one category, guest list. Next category, food. Table layout, updated invites, expenses, master list, final, whatever that is.
Material.
Honeymoon budget, and schedule general.
Oh, that's actually everything that you would need. By the way, Rachel, thank you so much for helping with all of this stuff. Oh my gosh, there's like hundreds and hundreds of line items. There's all the guests. Oh, there's food. Let's see. Oh, everybody's like food restrictions. Oh my gosh, all the table settings. This is some solid planning. Yeah, which I thought it was a trope, but it actually does matter who you sit people next to. Oh, that's another thing I really liked. I think that was your idea. Like, I don't know, to like sit people next to each other that we thought would be good friends.
That was totally my brainchild. I think I said, okay, these people and these people.
Mm-hmm. That was really sweet.
Which is awesome. I feel like one of the things I loved most about having a wedding was like gathering all of our people.
Yeah, I think that was the main reason that I was like, I don't want to elope. I wanted everybody to get together.
Yeah, but it was fun because it was like, I had these friends where I knew they would be friends if they just met, but they would never meet because different parts of my life. But a wedding is like one of the only experiences you have where all the parts of your life just come together.
It was like, I was talking about it with you earlier this week, but I was just like, how amazing and wild is it that all of these people came together for this one event? And Cheryl's like, that's what a wedding is.
I don't think I said it like that, baby.
You're like, that's a wedding for you. I was like, but like, think about it. I don't know.
I think I was just salty because sometimes you talk so dreamily about our wedding. And I'm like,
oh no,
I'm the most important part of the wedding.
Here.
Thank you very much.
Here we go.
What do you mean, here we go?
This has come up before. I don't see what the problem is with me being happy about our wedding, feeling like everybody came to support us. I mean,
nothing wrong with that at all. I'm telling you, based off of the past, that's what I was probably like salty about was, hey, I'm the most important part of your whole wedding day. You know what it is?
Of course you are. Of course, we couldn't have a wedding without the both of us.
It's because of this. After our ceremony, when we were taking pictures and everybody went off to the reception, Megan and I were supposed to have time together because we had just gotten married.
We were supposed to
take photos and spend time together because we literally just tied the knot. And she was so impatient to get to the reception because all her friends and family were there.
And because they were serving these really good appetizers that we chose, and the timeline was so tight, and I think our ceremony started late or something. I don't know, but I just was like, I felt like it was so special that everybody was there, and I just really wanted to see everybody and see it all happen.
I think I've been holding a grudge on that moment.
For 3 years. You've been holding this grudge for 3 years?
I didn't know I was until now. It's like, oh yeah, that hurts when I think of it.
Well, stop thinking of it that way.
Like, she wants.
Okay, yes. So
it's like I was an accessory to our marriage.
So you take these
like
little
add-on to our wedding day.
I'm not that type of girl. Like, oh, I just want a wedding, and then, oh, if only I could find my significant other. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, until it happened.
Oh my gosh. Look, I don't know, but I was just really excited to go see our people and everybody interacting, and I had FOMO, and it was one day where all these special people were coming together, and we were taking pictures, and I'm really thankful. Shout out to Vincent, our photographer, Vincent Poe, and that was really amazing. So I feel bad that I was a little bit grumpy during that time.
I just can't believe that you were grumpy right after marrying me. The first alone time that you get with me, you're like, okay, let's move on. Let's get to the party.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
It's okay.
It was a photo shoot, and I was like, I'm tired. I want to go celebrate. That's how I felt.
You're getting hangry.
I want to go. No. I don't think so. Oh my gosh. But our wedding turned out beautifully, despite any grudges that one of us might have been keeping.
Does it count as a grudge if you didn't know it was there?
I don't know. To be determined. But anyway. Also I wanted to talk about our venue, because I feel like we had a bit of a rough patch finding it, but it was also really kind of beautiful how it happened. This was a year before our wedding when we started planning everything, but we were like, let's have a backyard type of wedding at a really nice Airbnb or something, and we'll just like get setup tables and string lights and stuff and do DIY, which a lot of people do. And
you say DIY, but the place that we rented had its own vineyard. Like, it wasn't a small little backyard wedding. It was like huge.
DIY meaning coordinating, getting tables, getting the tablecloths and all.
You literally just mean do it yourself.
Yes. What else would DIY mean? I'm not building a backyard. Wait, what? What What did you imagine?
I just feel like sometimes people say, oh, DIY, and it means like you use duct tape and scissors. Like you just try to figure it out and it's really janky.
That's your perception of DIY. Okay. Mine was just like doing it yourself. Whereas like normal venues, they have the caterers or they have all the tables and stuff that they have, whatever. They figure a lot of that out for you, and you pay a little bit extra. I feel. Yeah, venues are expensive.
They're insane.
They're really expensive. So yeah, we were like, oh, DIY, we'll do it at a beautiful Airbnb on a vineyard. It'll be fine. And then months later, after coordinating, okay, this is hence the spreadsheet. This is how much the table is and everything's going to cost.
To the penny, you guys.
Wait
Literally
a second.
to the penny.
And then it's like, wait a second. We need to shuttle people to the Airbnb because there's not enough parking at the Airbnb that is allowed. But then where are they going to shuttle from?
Which means we have to have a venue big enough where they can go to for like cocktail hour while they're waiting for shuttles. Which also means then you have to have a security officer watching everyone's cars and things while they're gone.
Which I found out that most people that need a shuttle or do the shuttle thing have like a hotel specifically picked out that they're like, hey, if you're coming to our wedding, go stay at this hotel. We have a code or whatever.
Which we didn't do.
No. So yeah, by that point it was like, it's all falling apart. And then I want to say a few months before our wedding, we thought of this idea. I think it was even you. I was just like, oh, stressed out over here. And you were like, how about this idea?
We live in wine country, so I said, why don't we just use a winery? Because wineries typically have a lot of parking for their guests.
Oh, no, I was skipping past that.
Oh.
Basically, that didn't work out. And then this was a freak out after that. So we had multiple stages of freaking out. And then you were like, what about this great idea? You know this place that you play music all the time, and it's outdoors, and it's really pretty, and sometimes they do weddings, like receptions. And I was like, oh. So we called them and we said, hey, last minute, do you have an opening on this day that we picked out, that we sent out all the invitations and everything? And they were like, yes. And they did it, you know, like within our budget because they love me. And
yeah, we did have to, we switched venues to that venue because we did have the shuttle and everything settled. And then the winery said, never mind, after we sent out our invitations to everybody. So it was just really nice at that venue that you had a connection to, which is the venue that I fell in love with you at.
Yeah, I was playing music. This was like 2019. I invited you and a bunch of my friends and my parents to my gig at this place. And it was like Easter Sunday and it was brunch. And you looked over at me and you fell in love.
Yes, I did. Anyway, it was that place. It was that place. And I don't know, it was just very cool because they have a lot of respect for you and they love us as a couple because we've been going there for years together. And they were like, yes, we'll make it happen. What the best part of it wasn't the venue. The best part of it was Marco. Because
so good.
Every idea that I had that I thought was elegant and amazing, he was like, no. And he made it stunning.
He was like, okay, here's what you can do. Get candles from the dollar store and then get this and that. And then when we sent everything for the wedding, it's like the little cake that we ordered, he put really beautiful flowers on top of it. And he like had this kind of antique table that he put all of our little guest books and stuff on. It was just like
he told me where to go and when to go to the grocery florist to order flowers on the wedding day
for the table
because
decorations.
He's like, this is their schedule and this is when they have the fresh flowers and this is when you order it and how much. And it was crazy.
It was, yeah. So here's a hot tip if you're ever helping plan a wedding or planning your own. Grocery store flowers are pretty affordable for like whatever, like table decorations and stuff.
Yeah, they're like the same flowers that other florists use. It's just at a grocery store because they have to get them from the same flower farmers.
Yeah, I think I just like called ahead and like planned it. But that was like one of the biggest blessings, I would say, because I don't know. I almost put it to another meaning in my head of you can like try to plan and finesse things and do things all DIY. And then
Janky.
at the end of the day, things can kind of just like change out of nowhere.
Well,
and then
even the ceremony changed last minute.
yeah, but I just mean, well, and we'll talk about that in a second, but I feel like things can happen even better than you planned it sometimes, and they come out of nowhere. No matter how much we try to like plan things, something better will just happen out of nowhere.
I feel like that might have been the theme for our wedding.
Yeah.
I really, really hate theme weddings, but I think that was the theme for our wedding was at the end of the day, we're in love and things are just going to work out. Like at the end of the day, you and I are together. Our people are here to celebrate us. Like things that didn't go according to plan were like your dad didn't walk you down the aisle. However, your siblings did, and it was like better, you know?
Yeah, that was really meaningful to me.
And my dad didn't walk me down the aisle, which I know it's controversial anyway, but like that wasn't an option for me. However, my grandma did, like my dad's mom did. And it was better than I could have imagined. Our place that the ceremony took place, we pivoted like the day before because we were supposed to be married on a beach just overlooking just the stunning area. And then the rehearsal dinner, like the rehearsal time came and the whole beach was covered in like really ugly seaweed.
Yeah.
And we're like, we can't clean this up. And so then our maid of honors went and spoke with this venue that was literally like a stone's throw away.
A stone's throw away.
And they said, look, our friends are in love. They need a place to get married. They can't get married on the beach. Will you please do this? And they said, yep. And we got to get married there for free.
Yeah.
We got to use their whole venue place for free. And it was this beautiful outdoor wedding with like, what are those tall, like a windmill and a bridge.
Oh, it was so cute.
Stunning.
And we had a standing wedding because I was just like, what's the point of dragging out a bunch of chairs and renting them for everybody to sit on? And I don't know.
Yeah, we had them for the people who couldn't stand. But
Right, of course.
yeah. But yeah, it was really special. And the ceremony was short anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was a lot of practical things that I'm like, you know, I'm almost glad that we had to figure it out ourselves and like our parents weren't like financially invested in our marriage, which sounds really sad.
It's okay.
I don't know. Yeah. So
But our friends were, and that's what was really cool. Like our friends just rallied because we created this. I don't know. I have 1 million siblings, and I think like 2 of them came to the wedding.
yeah.
Three families represented, which was really fun. But like we basically had to lean on our chosen family and some of our actual family, and they all turned up for us.
Yeah.
You know, just from every little step, they just turned up for us, running last minute errands for us on the day of, you know, just they literally went and came early that week and helped us go to Goodwill to get last minute decorations.
We had 0 decorations for the ceremony site. So I don't know.
It's because we weren't planning on it being at this particular place.
Even so, we were planning on it being at the beach, and we didn't.
No,
we didn't order a
We were
backdrop.
planning on it being at the bluff where we took our photos.
No, because we changed it because they wouldn't allow that many people.
Yeah, we found out that week.
Okay.
Our wedding venue, I'm telling you, our wedding venue changed twice in 1 week. The week that we got married, like the week before, because they said that's too many people. You have to do it on the beach. And we're like, okay, well, what does that look like?
Okay. I just remember it differently because I was like looking at their like sheet of places and stuff, and I was like, oh, we can't do it there. But all that to say, like even if we wanted to do it there, we didn't have any decorations and stuff. I just think that we like left a bunch of stuff for kind of close to the wedding, and we were like, okay, friends, like let's go to Goodwill, and they'll get like little lanterns and really cute stuff for like the walkway. And what's going on in your mind?
I feel like it feels like we were unprepared.
I don't think we were.
But the thing is, I think you had a very specific idea of what you wanted, and it was very simple with nature as the backdrop. But in practicality, because we had to pivot from the beach setting anyway, it was like, okay, now I need things, you know?
Yeah. Even if we went to the beach, I was thinking like we should have little like beach towel blanket things for people to sit on. Like I was constantly doing research online, and then it was like things are just so expensive, and I don't know. So I was like, okay, friends, you and our friends went to Goodwill. You got a bunch of literal sheets to like put
all in the forces. I was like, Megan needs this. I don't know how to decorate this.
What's the state of mind where
I didn't care at
like
that point.
you've kind of given up, but also you haven't, but like, and you care, but you also don't care.
You were stressed, and you got into your deliberative loop.
Oh no.
Where you were like back and forth on what you wanted. And I didn't have a preference on what we did because we were already married, and this wedding was stressing me out to begin with. So I was like,
hey.
So I was
me.
Huh?
Marrying
I was already married to you. That's the thing. We already had eloped. We were married at this point.
Okay.
So you were like deliberating, and I was already married to you. And this wedding was like costing lots of money. And it was just, it kept changing. And we kept hitting like a wall and then another wall, and well, not a wall, but like a hurdle.
Essentially, I think an additional wedding planner would have been ideal.
Yes.
However, okay.
Wedding planners are a lot of money. But what I wanted to say was, as soon as our friends like touched base in California, I let them know, I need you guys. I can't decorate things. You guys need to help her with the vision.
We basically opened our hands when people came for our bridal party.
We said, here it is.
We said, here's the state of the wedding planning. Please help. And I'm just like so thankful because they showed up at our rehearsal morning and they helped us change the venue to this beautiful little patch of grass and tree and everything.
And you and I were not even there. Like we were getting our nails done.
Yeah.
And we just handed it to them. And it was like, everybody was calling, everybody was texting, everybody was trying to get a hold of us. And we just forwarded them to my best friend officiant and our maid of honors. And we just said, we're not doing this anymore. And they made a magical wedding for us.
Yeah, we definitely surrendered into our community, and my mom and dad and some of our other friends were like helping set up at the reception place and all this stuff. And I just felt really loved in that whole weekend because, I don't know, we were just able to let go control and everybody really helped. And I just remember our bridal party stepping in the night before the wedding or something like that, just like literally cutting sheets and tying them together because that was our grand...
And throwing together a playlist for the dance floor. And they did a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's really... I don't think we are good at wedding planning. And I don't think we'll ever have to do it again. I think that we have a phenomenal community. So I can't give you like tips on how to plan a wedding other than to say have really, really good friends.
I think also, I don't know, I think now that we've done it, we obviously would know, like you don't know any of these obstacles would happen unless you've planned a wedding before. So neither you nor me are wedding planners. And I don't know, we just like did our best and yeah.
But it was amazing. Like we haven't even talked about the wedding. So we got married. The ceremony was in this clearing with this stunning, stunning tree. Like we got married under this tree in this clearing right next to the ocean, like right next to the beach. It was stunning. And it was standing ceremony, and so many people were there to celebrate us. Every single person there we like handpicked. We didn't have to have an obligatory person there at all. You know,
and not that we like some people we didn't invite because we didn't feel like they would support us, and some people we didn't invite just because like
they're trying to keep it small.
Too many people.
Yeah, because every person, it's like that's an X amount of money you have to spend on them to be there. So we only had a finite number of. Plus, it was COVID, so we tried to keep it under a certain cap. But yeah, so that was our ceremony, and it was stunning, and you were stunning, and it was, I don't know, it was very, very, very special just to be there and to have our pastor and also my best friend like officiate us. It was amazing. And then we went and we took pictures in our original like wedding venue choice
out on the bluffs. It was so beautiful,
and that was perfect. And then our reception was perfect. Like every aspect of that whole weekend was just perfect, even though it was chaotic.
Oh, and something that is like special to us specifically is we met at a songwriter showcase, and we were both like individually playing music. And so for our wedding, we kind of did like, I don't know, a nod back to that. And we had a few of our musician friends that are all singer-songwriters. We put on like a mini showcase and they played a song for us.
Whole, like music, all live music the whole night. And
it was so, I felt so loved in that, like people just singing a song for us. And then,
we even had our friend play, like he'd been on The Voice and he sang the songs that we walked down the aisle to. Like the whole wedding was just music and our community, and it was beautiful and affirming, and there were so many queer people and straight people, and
we had our pastor do like communion at our wedding just because we felt like it'd be really special. And just like a lot of our friends, people of different backgrounds, like everybody who wanted to participated, and it was like almost this like spiritual experience of everybody in community. And I don't know,
which was so cool to see, like a woman who doesn't associate with Christianity too much anymore, and our gay pastor, and like my friend is covered in tats, and our very gay pastor just serving communion to all of these people. And it was so redeeming for me, because that is not the image of people that I saw growing up, serving communion to people. But it was so, it just felt like family.
Yeah, it's like all of our friends and all the misfits, and everybody's welcome, and I just love all of them. And
everybody had a good time with each other. So many like friendships were formed at our wedding with each other, which was really fun.
Yeah.
It was real special. I feel like we're going to have to do a part 2 of this.
I know. I feel like there's so much more that happened. But one more thing, I also wanted to shout out our photographer again, because that was another part of things that was just such a gigantic blessing. But his project name is Portrait of a Young Couple, and I saw an ad on Instagram, and it was like, I'll photograph your wedding for free if you just give me like a place to stay. And I was like, what? Score. But really, I just went there, and it was like, tell me your story and stuff like that. So I like told him our story of how we met and all of the like hardships we've gone through together with our families, and also all of the joys we've had together, and our background with playing music. And then he was like, I would love to come film your wedding or do like the photography. And also he wanted to write a story on us, like a journalistic story, an article. And that just blew me away that somebody would take the time to write that about us. Maybe I can link to it in the show notes, because it really captures like our whole lives and our love and our story. And everything was just so amazing.
It was. If you could change one thing about our wedding day, what would you do? Like 3 years now, with 3 years worth of hindsight.
I think there's something I would change, and I don't know if I want to say it, but
wanna hear it.
somebody that maybe I wouldn't have invited. But if you're listening to this, it's probably not you.
I guarantee you they're not listening.
Just sometimes somebody does something at your wedding, or something happens and you're just like, ugh, that really is frustrating to hear about. Which you probably know what I'm talking about. But
There's 2 people I would have gone back and not invited. So
yeah, it's just kind of hard because.
yeah.
But I feel like that's bound to happen at a wedding, especially if you have people giving their input of who you should invite or not invite. But for the most part,
Yeah.
I would say it was pretty perfect. Perfectly imperfect, but pretty close to perfect.
Yeah, I like it.
Aw. What would you change about our wedding if you could? Or the process, I guess.
I don't know. I was gonna say I would have gotten therapy, but I was in therapy the whole time. I think I would have done what my therapist was telling me to do and just let it go. You know?
Which part of it?
I was so stressed about the wedding because it was like the biggest event I've ever thrown and the most money I ever spent on one single thing.
A bit of pressure, yeah.
And it's everybody coming and all of these different vendors who need all of these so much money. And it was like, and we did all of it with cash. So we didn't even have a credit card. So
Well, we got rid of our credit card.
yeah, we cash flowed the whole thing. But that was kind of stressful for me because I was like, the buck stops with us. Like, if we don't have it, we don't have it. We had it. We were fine. But I was stressed the whole way. So I wish I would have done what my therapist and what my friends were telling me, which was enjoy this because you're never going to get this again. Like, I'm never going to get the engagement season again. I'll never get to call you my fiance ever again.
I know. It was just such a complicated season, though. Like, I want you to feel like you have some grace on yourself because it was just complicated in the fact of, like, our wedding was such a big landmark in terms of our families and extended families, where it was like, okay, now here's when you're going to choose who's not going to support your marriage and who
stressful.
is. So
it was like, this is where the rubber meets the road. Who's going to show up? Who's going to not? Like, this is it.
Yeah, so it was like definitely a especially hard reason in that there was some extended family that really hurt our feelings on both sides.
Not even that extended. It was like close.
For me,
but,
you, yeah. For me, it was, just both sides family, said some things that hurt our feelings. And some didn't care, some didn't mean to. It's a hard season for us in that sense.
Yeah, it was very stressful. But I think if I could go back, I would enjoy it more because, like, the relationships come and go, like since then we've stopped talking to some people and we've poured more into other people. Relationships come and go. We are steady. So everything else around us can shift and change, but that beautiful time of our life, like, that's something that I won't get back. And I didn't miss it, like, I lived it and I used the tools that I had to enjoy it. But I wish I knew then what I know now, which is just let it all go, because some people that didn't show up are pouring into us now, today.
Yeah.
It's just let it go and enjoy the chaos, because at the end of the day, it's just a celebration of us and our love. And it didn't need to be like, I didn't need to hype or stress about it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's definitely easier said than done for planning the biggest event of your life, probably.
Well, I was fine that weekend. Vincent, the photographer, gave me a lot of really good advice. He's like,
so good.
Just enjoy this.
It's like an angel.
Like, he pulled us aside and he was like, this is just for you guys. Just enjoy it. And basically from that time on, I was like, okay, we're good. And I had the time of my life. But up to that point, it was stressful, like that year.
Yeah, totally.
So that's what I would have changed.
So many ups and downs on the way to that.
I feel like this needs a part 2.
Yeah, There's so much unpacking.
There's more to give you guys, just about like things that we like, practical things that we learned while planning a wedding, and like a little cheat sheet and how to get how to cut costs and make things a little bit cheaper.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like your dress, you gotta tell them about where you got it and all that stuff.
That's a good idea.
So I think we're gonna do a part 2, so you guys can get more practical tips and also possibly a little bit more tea. We'll see.
Oh yeah, we'll see if we have some tea to share.
And we gotta talk about our honeymoon. We didn't tell them about it.
Oh my gosh, we definitely have to do a part 2 for the honeymoon.
Yeah, so there's lots of little things that we've learned in the wedding process that we would like to give to you guys.
Oh, I would love to do that. I just got reminded of our honeymoon and I want to go back.
Me too. Maybe we should.
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us. And
one last thing that I want to say to them.
What?
I want to say to them.
Crazy eyes, lady.
One thing. Don't leave.
Oh my gosh, she's holding you hostage. Run. Blink if you're okay.
Click. Something that was really special that we did for this year's anniversary was, all you need to know is right after we got married.
All you need to know is the story.
all you need to know. We got a puppy right after we got married.
Alico.
And we are
bane of my existence.
We're 99% sure that he ate Sherelle's golden wedding band.
So here's my ring.
We got her this year. We finally could afford to get you a new wedding band that goes with your
I have my wedding band again. That 3 months after we got married, Alico ate the first one. This is version 2.
Version 2. So I'm so glad that...
I'm glad that I have it back. I've been wearing a silicone ring for like 3 years, which I feel like I love it, but it doesn't have the same weight to it.
Which was really
literally
sweet.
And metaphorically.
Yes, it was really sweet because you were such a like champ about it. Like, hey, I know we can't afford to replace this. Like, this is awesome. Look at my cool silicone ring. And I was like,
I liked it a lot.
I'm so grateful to you, and I'm really glad that we got it for you this year, so you can have your
I've been like showing it off.
Full badass ring, 2-part warrior princess type of ring.
Yeah,
it looks awesome.
Looks amazing. So many people have been like, "Wow, you got a new ring." I'm like, kind of.
Yeah, maybe we'll take like a little picture of it.
And weirdly enough, more people have been noticing that I'm married now that I have this thing.
Wait, you're married?
You're married? You're so young. You're so young to be married.
Wait, what?
It's been multiple people have been like, wow, you're married? Yes, I'm married. I've been married 3 years.
I've been married for 3 years. Now that you have the gold ring, though.
I think it's the contrast. Like, boom, there's a giant rock on my finger and a giant gold band, too.
So you're like, for real married now. It was only pretend the past 3 years.
I don't know why people thought that.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't been out on these streets. I'm married.
That's all I wanted to say. That was our little gift this year.
I appreciate you.
You got me a gift and it hasn't come in the mail yet.
But you're going to love it. So.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. If you sent anything to our email, I'll check it shortly after recording this. But no, we have an email ourourplacepodcast@gmail.com. And feel free to comment on YouTube, subscribe, like, and follow, and Venmo. No, I'm just kidding.
You're bad.
I'm bad.
All right. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we love you. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.